Hi guys, my name's Tommy Pemberton. I'm here with UK Paintball in South London. We're out in the woods today and I want to talk to you about paintball. Obviously talking about paintball equipment, talking about key equipment, you've mentioned the goggles, but one of the next things that you need to consider is definitely your paintball ammo, and it's your paintballs themselves. So I want to talk to you guys about how to choose the right ammo. With paintballs themselves, there's a few different really complicated manufacturing processes that goes into it, so I'm not going to talk to you guys about that. I'm going to talk to you guys about the practicality of actually picking paintballs and what to look out for when you have paintballs. Right here we have a pod of 100 paintballs. This is what you'll get when you go to a paintball site. You know, you're paying money, you get given your 100 paintballs. And at a rental site, that's pretty much all you've got to choose. You don't usually get to choose between colours or which types of paintballs you want. But if you are going to go and pick your own paintballs, then it's worth having a little bit of knowledge before you actually go and spend your hard-earned money on some ammo. So what I'm going to do is just show you guys some paintballs here. Here we have just some standard yellow grade paintballs. And these are actually pretty round, you know. I mean, the first thing I want you guys to look up for when you're looking at a paintball is just to literally get it in your hands like that and just have a look around it and to see how round it is. You know, it sounds really simple, but obviously the rounder that paintball is, the straighter it's going to fly. If you have a big dimple in it, or if the seam where the paintball is actually made, there's a big seam going around it, if that seam is sticking out or dimpled in or anything like that, then the paintball's going to swing when you shoot it, okay? So just from actually shooting the paintball and the air coming past it, it's going to pull that paintball in one direction. So that's the first thing you need to look out for, is how round the paintball is. Obviously the next thing is just to test how hard it is, okay? So if you squeeze the paintball, if it's soft at all, then that's really not good, and usually it's been affected by water, moisture, something like that, that's actually made it go soft, because they're all biodegradable, they all soak up moisture. So the first thing when you're at a paintball site is you'll see paintballs on the floor all over the place, okay? So the biggest thing I can advise you guys is not to pick up paintballs, because all it will do is you'll put it into your loader, it'll go through into your gun, and it will jam up in your gun, okay? So don't pick up paintballs off the ground. But, you know, make sure you've got your fresh paintballs. They should be nice and hard, and obviously if it's hard, all that means is it should, when you shoot at someone and it'll hit them, it'll be fragile enough to break on them, okay? So that's what you want. Obviously if you shoot a guy and it bounces off him, then he's still going to be alive anyway. So make sure the paintball's pretty tough, and that should give you a nice basis for it. In regards to different types of paintballs, I think we've got some different stuff right here anyways. This is obviously a blue paintball. Nothing much different in them, but this is a different grade of paintball as well, okay? So this is like a mid-range worth of paintball, a mid-grade, so there's more money spent on the manufacturing of it, it's taken longer, and it has a slightly more fragile shell, okay? So this paintball here is going to be a bit tougher, and it'll be better for the high pressure guns that shoot a bit harder and are quite harsh on the paint, and this sort of paintball is going to be better if you're shooting a lower pressure electronic gun, something like that. So when you go and try and choose your paintballs, make sure you speak to the guy that you're going to go and buy it off, because, you know, you want to try and aim, if you're playing a decent level of paintball, you've got your own gun, something like that, you want a mid-range grade of paintballs. So it's going to be a bit more fragile, it will shoot a bit straighter. You may have to pay a little bit more for it, but it is actually what you get for it. So, you know, if you pay that bit more, it will be a much better quality. If you want just a ball to go and play around with your friends, or go and, you know, train with or something like that, or just go and play in the woods with, then you can go for a lower grade paintball, but it won't be as accurate. It may bounce off a few more people, and it will probably hurt a lot more. So it's worth considering. You know, if you do go and choose your paint, if you're going to a rental site, it doesn't matter so much, because you're going to be given the same paint as everyone else. So, you know, you kind of just get given what you're given, and you got to deal with it. But if you get the choice, then definitely have a look at these things and see what you think. Here we have my paintball marker. It's a dye NT, and what I want to show you guys is just how to load your paintball gun. Here we have on top, we have the loader. It's a dye rotor, and it's an advanced loader that actually helps to feed the paintballs in, not just with gravity. So it helps to push the paintballs down into the feed tube to obviously shoot it out the barrel. So what we're going to do, I've got the rotor here, I've got my gun, I've got my pot of paint. All I'm going to do is flick the lid, put it in top, and pour the paint in, okay? I can now close that lid, I can throw it away, I can put it back in my backpack if I'm wearing a pack, and now this gun is fully loaded up and it's good to go. So this was the basics about how to choose your ammo and how to load it into your paintball gun.